Hey y'all. It's time. It's time I address this issue. I'm gonna clean basket of rocks. I'm gonna clean off these shelves and reinstall shelf pins, because evidently these little ones, it's looking, I think, the ones that I got from Uncle Jeff Bezos, with the little metal pins, are the ones that are falling out. Whereas the all plastic ones from Uncle Sam, not that Uncle Sam Walmart, Walton, whatever, you know him, they seem to be the ones that are staying in, which is odd because you'd think the metal ones would be sturdier. But from what I can see here, the ones with the little metal pins, the part that supports the shelf is about, you're probably not going to be able to focus on that, but about 1/8 of an inch narrower. So these give more support. That's my working theory. But let's just get these shelves emptied one at a time, and chit chat while we do it, maybe a little bit. I love to talk about books, and maybe I'll share some of my favorites here and why I have them or whatever. Y'all familiar with this one, The Four Little Kittens? What's the story behind it? My grandmother or great-grandmother had these books. There's ones with puppies. I don't have the puppy one. And I can't remember how I ended up with this one. Our version of the antique original, this was copyrighted in 1982. I don't remember when the antiques were. I wish it said in here. A little Google food for somebody, maybe me later. Okay, let's get these books off the shelf. At one time, this is all things gonna go. We're very organized, like certain types of books. Like these all look mostly like my poetry books and writing and inspiration books. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love a little Shel Silverstein? And where'd she go? There's a whole stack of Mary Oliver in here. You can't be a person like me and not have a stack of Mary Oliver. And then writing books. Because at one time I thought maybe I would write a book. That's really funny. Oh, this also is going to inspire me to return to some of these books. Julia Cameron. I don't have as many I don't know where all my Julia Cameron, older Julia Cameron. Sound of Paper. I'm starting from scratch. This one might need to come off the shelf and go onto my bedside table for some reading. Okay. First shelf. Let's see what's happening. Who's falling? I don't even know where that one went. It fell back here. So 3 out of the 4 are holding. 4th one is kind of falling in the back. So we're going to try switching these out and I'm wondering, maybe these holes. What's the tallest book on this shelf? That still fit? Oh yes. I think I'm going to take the shelf up 1 level, partly because the hole that the others were in is getting a little stretched, if you will. Does that make sense? Yeah, let's do that. All right. It's another cruddy, crappy, rainy day here. in wherever I live. Where do I live, people? Selma. I was going to say Savannah, Chattanooga. I don't live in either of those places. I'm not going to go through all the books on this shelf because we'll be here all day. This book is a beautiful book. This artist, Paulina Faye, and F-A-E as in Faye. She has a Instagram. Here we are. PaulinaFaye.com, Instagram, Lady Paulina Faye, Etsy, paulinafaye.etsy.com. She is a Chattanooga artist, and she has some. Where are you? Where are you? I thought I had more than one. Maybe with my other stuff. She does tarot and oracle cards. This is her Spirit Song tarot. Just some other tarot I thought I had. Not seeing them here. But she is a Chattanooga artist, and I have some of her prints in my other room, and she put out this book like right before I left Chattanooga, and I bought it. She used to be at the farmer's market on occasion, and it's just a beautiful book. I love this book. Look her up. I highly recommend her. And while we're talking about local artists or artists that I have met, here is another wonderful book I bought since I moved to Selma. Hold on. Is that my mailman or someone coming to my door? So speaking of local artists, if you will, or artists that I know, this is by Anne Strand. She actually lives a couple blocks up the street. I am friends with her and her daughter here in Selma. And this is her book, Sacred Altars, An Artful Journey to Enchantment. I bought this last year here locally. I didn't get my copy signed. I need to take it to Anne sometime and have her sign it. Anne is a amazing woman, amazing crone artist, and good book. Highly recommend. Also, again, if I start going down the rabbit hole of all my books and why I have them, etc., be here all day. So I'm just gonna kind of, oh, there's my other Julia Cameron, my Artist Way, and my Walking in the World. So I do have those. And then we'll put Mary Oliver. Well, Mary, you need to get with your other Marys here. All right. Where's my roomie? Here's my roomie. That seems to go with those. Oh, that goes with these. I do not do my bookshelves by color. I think that's kind of silly, to be quite honest. I think right now I'm just going to put these up here, and we will reorganize at a later date. Oh, good ones. So many good ones. This one is a favorite. It's called I Love You, Mom, and here's why. May 10th, 2015, my daughter Emma, I'll save this for like my birthday to reread, I think, but because this is gonna make me cry. Goes without saying, I love my kid, right? I love both my daughters very much. When people tell me I'm so much like you, it's usually because they're just trying to be nice, and she had all this area to write, like all the things, but instead I drew you a fat dragon instead. But one of my favorite pages is in here. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Oh, hello. Yeah, I can't. Oh, here it is. Okay. I love the way we laugh, the jokes we share, the silly things we do. And here are some of my favorites. Does that need explanation? It is a bear with shark arms. Just leave that with you. Now you know what kind of mother I was. Okay. And I think, ooh, there's a journal. I don't know which journal that is. Okay, we're going to just take some of these doodads and whatcha-hickeys off here. What's in this box? Oh, okay. Nothing secret, just nothing interesting. Okay. Pull some of this stuff off. Another broken one. Okay, I think this shelf seems to be sound healing books and shamanic books for the most part. Have I read them all? Most of them. Do I remember any of it? Probably not. Alright, so these are all shamanic books. So we'll keep those in a pile. These are all, well, some of these are Reiki and energy healing books as well as sound healing books. I need to revisit some of these, I think. Alright, another jacked up shelf. Yes, the ones that have pulled out are definitely the ones with the metal pins. Pull those out. And again, the holes have kind of gotten a little womped. So since I went up one level with that one, I'm going to go up one level with this one. Hi, kitten. What are you doing up there? Let's check and see if the camera can see what's happening up here. Can you? No, you can't. This is what's happening. There's a cat up there. Of course there is. What you doing, kitten cat? Yeah, you're helping. You're helping. It also seems that if I flip the shelves over, that we're starting to kind of sag. My very limited amount of physics, intelligence, knowledge will tell me that they'll sag the other way, right? Okay, what else we got here? Oh, these are very pretty. I can't remember where I got these. I think I got them at a women's circle. They're actually seed packets. Aren't those gorgeous? And I don't even see a company name on here. But they're like this one. It's like the Four of Cups and it's echinacea. They look like tarot cards. They're both echinacea. Oh, this is purple clover and echinacea. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong ones. Anyway, beautiful. This journal, Monday, June 17th. Oh, okay. This I bought in Portugal, a little handmade leather journal, and I was doing my shamanic journeying and recording them in there. Some things I'm not going to put back on the shelf now. All right. The other two shelves on this side seem to be stable, so let's move this way. Wow. Okay. So these are, well, some of these are just random because that's where they fit. I never read this book. I should get rid of that book. I don't know. Mushrooms of Illinois. I don't live in Illinois anymore, but mushrooms are mushrooms, right? Right. So a lot of these are hiking. Well, that one's not. That's one I just bought at a used bookshop or something, and yeah. I used to have a dream of hiking the Appalachian Trail. For a while, I had a whole bunch of books about people who hike the trail. Some of them, most of them, I think were digital books, but this one was one that wasn't. I think I've given that dream put that dream aside. This house is now my Appalachian Trail, I think. Yeah. What else is up here? A lot of women's. What would I classify most of these as? I don't know. The sacred feminine. There's some more of that down here too. Foxfire books. I grew up with these. Found them in a used bookstore. Was very excited about it. Yeah. So these are mostly herbal medicine books and tarot books, it looks like. This book literally changed my life. If you're a woman, identify as a woman. This book. Good book. Literally changed my life. All right, medicinal herbs. Lots of medicinal herb books and a few tarot books. All right, let's get this shelf out of here. I have just all the feline help I could ever need today, don't I? Hi, Stinky McGee. I mean, in theory, there should be enough of these original clips to fit, because that's where they came from, right? Right. Which way were you bowing? You're bowing that way. Let's switch it this way. We're doing book recommendations. As far as tarot books, I like both of these a lot. This was like kind of my first basic tarot book, other than like the little white books that come with your tarot decks. It's plain and simple. It really is. I really like it. And then this one, Modern Tarot by Michelle T. As you can see, I've marked the daylights out of it. It's a good one too. And it's got, again, it's more modern. It has more of a modern take on things. A little less gender specific on a lot of the cards that you might, when you do traditional tarot, might not be comfortable with, depending on who you are and who you're reading for. So, herbal books. Here, I'll tell you some of my favorites. And there as well. Rosemary Gladstar, good medicinal. I had another one of hers, and it's gone on a walkabout. I can't find it right now. And Phyllis Delight, I have met her in person and taken listened to some of her lectures. And Southern Folk Medicine, I like this one a lot too. And I do have. This is problematic. I have 2 of Susan Weed's books. I've also met her in person. And lectures from her. The cat's going to knock the camera over any second now. Hey, get down. Susan Weed, problematic. If you're in the herbal world, you probably already know what I'm talking about. Good information. It's that eternal question. When an artist or someone whose work you admire, their behavior outside of their work, well, in her case, within her work, doesn't match up to your you want in a person to look up to, it can be problematic. That's all I'm going to say about that, I guess. Oops. All right, tarot decks. I think, obviously they have to come off of here, but I'm not going to go through my tarot. That'll be another, if you want, if you're interested in knowing what decks I have, That's what this box was. It was a tarot box. And I'm going to take the little pieces of artwork out of it and put the tarot deck back in it. This is my original old school Rider-Waite deck, and it didn't come in a nice box. Kitten, you're right in the way. So, and the old thing it came in fell apart. So, there we go. Okay. Kitten, you're in the way, baby girl. So I'm just going to pull my decks off here. We can talk another time. If you want me to go through my decks at some point and share my favorites, just a complete review of, not a review, but a show and tell of what I have, I'd love to do that sometime. Today's not that day. Some of these I've never used. Well, I won't say never. I've used when I first got them and then haven't really gone back to them, because they just don't do it for me. Okay. Oh yeah, here's more decks. Okay, I have like 4 decks on the floor. I don't think the decks are actually going to stay up here, but I think I'll put them back up there today just for now, because I have this shelf. It's all taped together so I don't lose the parts, but it's a floating shelf, and I think in here, over here above my treadle sewing machine, I want to install it, and then I'm going to put my decks on that with some artwork, tarot related artwork around it and things after I paint this room. So I'll have more bookshelf space after I do that. I am a little particular about how my decks are organized. Somewhat. What really bothers me is when a publisher has like a series of decks. Like, I was given the Druid Animal Oracle deck at a retreat in Wales. Oh, that was such a wonderful retreat. And it's illustrated by Bill Worthington, who also illustrated the Wildwood Tarot, which has been one of my longtime favorites. And so then when they came out with the Druid Plant Oracle, I wanted to get it to work with them together. They're not in the same size type thing, and it kind of bothers me. So I have different types of oracle and tarot decks, but they all come in different types of boxes and cases. So do I do them by size? Do I do them by color? Do I do them by the type of box that they're in? But that one's got to go with that one. And that one's got to go with that one. There we go. So maybe it's just me. Top. Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, do I keep going even though the other shelves have been fallen? Oh, wait. Well, that's a fixed joke. Okay. Problem is, the shelves haven't fallen, but I have lots of stacks of books that need to find a home. Because, look at this down here. I tend to do this. I buy books and I just come in and find a home for them. So now it's more like organization, which is why the tarot needs to go somewhere else, because I have books. I have fiction books that don't really have a fiction shelf, and I have home repair books that don't have a shelf. Bottom shelf is yoga. This is magic, mostly magic books. And this is mostly Celtic studies and Druidic studies. All right, well, I'm going to keep organizing. Sort of. I don't know. Back to the subject of children's books. One of my favorite books when I was a little girl. Hush, hush, it's sleepy time. It's a little golden book. I believe this one was published. It's 39 cents. This little golden book belongs to Beth Ann W. And I believe, I don't see a published date on here. I thought somewhere it said it was published in 1967, which would make sense because that's the year I was published. So, but this little girl at the end of the book, under the patchwork quilt, the little black bangs, and her little teddy bear. It was when I was a little girl. I just thought that they drew a picture of me. But somewhere in here, do I have a little thing for black and white cats that goes back a long, long time? Because this little kitten, off in the haymow, I always thought, that's me. I'm not over here being with all the rest of the litter. I'm over here exploring with my little white butt in the air. Yeah, you can't see Stinker Magoo up there, but that was always a favorite part of the book. I'm trying to find the other page. Oh, it's the puppies. Where are the puppies? Here they are. I also have a thing for hound dogs. The things that influence us from a very young age. But I just love this little puppy with its big old milk belly. This book brings me comfort. And this was a waste of time and money. What year was this? What are you doing up there? Oh, they're stealing stuff. This was a dream book and planner. Nothing against the book. Monthly planner. And I did use it quite a bit. But interesting. What year was this? Was this 2021? 22. I kind of quit using it halfway through the year. I think it was 22 because I moved. But my theme of the year, interestingly enough, was the year of taking control of my life. Well, shit. I don't know if I'm in control, but I'm in charge. So I guess that worked. Nice book. I just didn't use it to its fullest capabilities. And now the binding's coming off. We'll fix that later. Put that with the journals. Okay, let's keep going. Books I bought for my parents for Christmas that I haven't sent yet. See, this is my fiction pile that doesn't have a home yet. going to take shamanic books over here and put them with druidic books. Okay, now I'm getting into the books that I have read in the last year or two that I probably will never read again, so why am I keeping them? Such as these two. This one. Get. I'm already starting to do this, put stuff on top of stuff that I don't want to do, but my high school senior yearbook. Oh boy. I think I should be on the next page. Oops, no. How did I go? Oh, because I forgot. I wasn't married in high school. Here we are. That chick. Look at her. I still look like that, right? Okay, that's going to go up here because I have some other randos. I don't think I need an official visitor's guide to Chattanooga. Oh, I wanted to read this. Okay, I'm going to start at like ones that I need to read that I've been given that I haven't read yet. Okay. So these are the ones that don't have a home yet. See, these should all go up here, but they won't fit. My Thoreau, my Little Prince, my Walt Whitman, they should go up with Mary Oliver. That makes sense. So let's take that down. Down. Oh, Edgar Casey, he can go somewhere else. Take all the writing books. Alright. And acting books. When am I going to need a monologue again? But you always need a copy of Elements of Style. I don't care who you are. Alright, ready to wake the soul. The Writer's Journey. Okay. Those can all come down here so that Whitman, Walden, et al. Can come up here. Oh, and Wendell Berry goes up there. More Wendell Berry. And I feel like Ely Wiesel should kind of go up there too. Oh. And Neil Gaiman, where do you go? Other than to deep into my heart. I'll put you there. Okay. This can kind of go into those guys. Can you say eclectic collection of books? That's what we have here. I don't even remember this book other than it was a pretty book. So we'll just put pretty books. There's some pretty books in here. Okay. I think this is my daughter's copy of Catcher in the Rye from AP English or American Lit. All right. Grimm Fairy Tales, you go up here on the classics shelf as well. Oh, that should go with the Celtic books. Where are your Celtic books? Okay, put you there. All right. So now now I think we're kind of getting into some of my, kind of more into the childhood favorites. Well, these aren't. These 3 are self-help. These 4 are self. Would you call the Tao of Physics, Daring Greatly, and the Tao of Pooh? Somebody needs some Zen. Those are more Zen-y. What do I have? We'll put those over here now. All right. My piles of piles is getting out of control. Okay. So, I think this is going to be fiction. Some I haven't read yet. Some I've read and want to keep. Some I have read more times than I can remember, but it's one of my favorite fiction stories. Larry McMurtry's Lonesome Dove, one of the best books ever written. I'm not sure I've ever gotten through the entire Wrinkle of Time series. Am I a bad nerdy girl? But I did just purchase this box set last summer at the used bookstore here in Selma, The Dark is Rising by Susan Cooper. I read this when I was a young girl from the library in my hometown. I guess it was kind of my Harry Potter, but it's very interesting reading it again as an adult. I'll just say that. I enjoyed it. Are we still talking about, let's get this pile out of the way here. I think my daughter gave me that book, and I never read it. Local artists and authors. This is by Catherine Tucker Wyndham, a longtime Selma icon, I guess you would say. And it's 13 Alabama Ghosts and Jeffrey. It's about Alabama ghost stories. It's very entertaining. I got it at Halloween. I was going to do some readings from it for Halloween for the channel. Never got around to it, but fun little book. Okay. The not so fun to read books, but I don't know what to do with them. Nonfiction. I need a whole shelf for Glad I Read It, but it was a hard read. Did I finally read this one? Maybe I didn't. There's another one. Anyway, Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates and The Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGruy. I don't know if I ever finished reading this one, because I think I read this one and another one on an ebook or from the library that were all of the same Black History Month kind of theme and were depressing, pissed me off, made me mad. I had to read something light after that. And I probably read I don't even know, but okay. Now, okay, so these, well, I better keep this one so it was a gift. Those two I'm going to give to my friend at the used bookstore because I'm not going to read them again. I don't want them. Nonfiction. Oh, another child book. That can go in here. Nonfiction. To be read. We'll make a to be read shelf. Okay. Nonfiction. Self-help / nonfiction. And these sweet little books from my daughters. I'll say for now, and that one can go with it. Okay. I have an empty shelf, but I have all this crap. I don't mean to call it crap. They're wonderful books. More Haunted Alabama. I love a good ghost story. There. All right, so these are all self-help / nonfiction. So we'll put those down here. Did I ever finish this one? No, probably not. Put it down Okay. Now this is a really, you can, if you visit Selma, I can hook you up for a copy of this, I think. It's a really comprehensive collection of a commemorative book, magazine, Bridges, the story of the voting rights struggle in Selma and the Black Belt, 1965 to 2015. It was put out for the 50th anniversary of the bridge crossing. Got a lot of good information in it. I guess we'll put it, it's not fiction, so I guess I'll put it down here. I'm going to put it with the Alabama Ghost Stories, but that doesn't seem appropriate. Okay. These are all travel books. And another, I think we'll put this guy down here. These guys can all come down here. Travel book. Did I ever read this one? No. If I put it on I'll put it next to this other book that I haven't read yet. And maybe someday I'll come in and pick those up. All right, I think we're done with the shelf things. This book, I don't remember. I think I got it at a thrift store. The Hidden from History. Rediscovering Women in History from the 17th Century to the Present. I should read that sometime. Where did I put my nonfiction books? Down here. Now, I have more of these kind of books in the other room. These are home renovation guidebooks. Put that there. All right. I need to clean off the top at some point. And these are a lot of little things that, like, what are these anyway? Oh, okay. A lot of these are cards that were sent to me, but some of them are just pretty that I have bought at gift shops and I want to frame at some point. But they just get put in the bookshelf and then I don't know where they are when I want them. Yeah, lots of really pretty different Celtic art. And those are things I want to frame and kind of witchy stuff. So when I put that, after I paint in here and I put that shelf up, I'm going to frame these and put them around it or above it or on it with my tarot cards. Actually, I have a little space. Well, I don't. I got to get down on the floor where you can't see me. So I'm going to go do that. And there's just a bag of random yoga books that I pulled out for a project that I got to put back on the shelf. Thanks for joining me in this little adventure in just doing a job that's been needing to be done for a minute. Oh, and you like my sweatshirt? Because, you know, I wear the pink and purple one. This is Chattanooga Choo Choo all the time. But the reason I bought that one and it became a favorite was because of this one that I've had. Oh my God. I don't know how long. You can't even read. It says Oceanside, California on it. I have a type. What can I say?